Sony PlayStation dropping bombshells, so you know we gotta talk about it. Finally been waiting for has happened, and man, it was an incredible journey. There was a very few titles that I didn't have interest in, which we will go over in this video. So it's time to give my thoughts and opinions along with the Sony PlayStation 5 event wrap up. So they started off the event with a trailer from Rockstar, and my heart almost sank. That it was until it was revealed that it was actually GTA 5 now coming to the PlayStation 5. It's going to have better graphics and more storyline missions, but it's still a remaster of a remaster. It's remasterception or remasception. I'm pretty sure with all the bells and whistles this game is going to have, you can expect a full price release on launch day. However, they did state and redeem themselves with this, that GTA Online will be free on the PlayStation 5. So that is pretty neat. If you do not want to play through the story again with the new visuals and the new graphics that the game may have, plus the loading screens may be reduced, you will have the option to just download PlayStation Online, GTA 5 Online, and continue with your account and whatever platform you're playing on. In this case, it's PS4 to the PS5. After the mixed emotions of that roller coaster of an announcement, they did bring out another big giant. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales will be coming out to the PS5. I did a little bit of digging on this game because there was rumors that it wasn't a standalone game. It was part of the Spider-Man game as an episode. However, the developer of the game got on Twitter to further curb those rumors and set the record straight that is indeed a standalone experience, meaning you can get hyped about the Spider-Man game because it's its own experience and it's not tied into the first Marvel Spider-Man. Miles is going to be the lead. It's going to be incredible. And if you watch the Miles Spider-Man movie, I mean, you gotta have the hype for it. I platinumed the previous Marvel Spider-Man, so I can't wait to try again and platinum this one. Surprising us all, smashing the screen, we had Ratchet and Clank appearing on the stream. And everybody in the chat kind of went nuts with this one. My inner child actually screamed out because I don't know if you guys know, but Ratchet & Clank is an old school PS2 type game, but they did do a follow-up remaster on the PlayStation 4, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I played it. And, well, now they're back in another gaming space, and it looks like it did enough to warrant a sequel. We don't know much about this Ratchet & Clank game at the moment, but you can expect it's going to be taken care of with love like the remaster one on the PS4 was. Then after that, they took a break from the games, and they showed us the new DualSense controller. Had a little cool presentation with the feedback triggers and all the aesthetics of the cosmetic value of the controller. They included that there is a mic inside the controller and all the various features. They followed that up with a robot-looking adventure with robots everywhere, and then they did indeed reveal the game was about strays. And when I say strays, I mean the cat. At the very end of the trailer, the cat looked into the audience and meowed. It was very cute. But that's really all we got with that one. Showing us some true next-gen revolutionary gameplay, Returnal was shown, and it was really pretty amazing. It looked like Dead Space, and it gave me instant Dead Space vibes. It was Dead Space was a legendary game with a cult following, and the company that was working on that game had its ties cut down. But Returnal looks to take charge with that Dead Spacey environment through the space-time continuum, and it looks really, really good. I can't wait to give it a go. Following that, we had Kendra Bridge of Spirits. It eclipsed it on the stream, and my first impressions was I was in love with the art style. The graphics look incredible for this next generational console. You also have to remember we're watching it through a video on YouTube, so your situation varies, whatever monitor you're using and stuff. But just imagine watching it on your screen or playing it at home on a 4K TV on the next generational console, that is the PS5. It's gonna be a smash hit, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Following that title, we had Destruction AllStars. It crashed up next, and man, it looked like Fortnite had a baby with Twisted Metal. I will say I am a fan, and I do love Twisted Metal, and I also like Fortnite. So when you blend the combo of both in a Warzone game with cause, character destruction, and the awesome aesthetics and the graphics that was shown, it easily captured my interest, not to mention the personality and the vibe that the game gives off, and the PvP-like settings. I can't wait to experience it and know more about Destruction AllStars. Smacking Sackboy smiles his way onto a brand new adventure. Sackboy is a guy that I love very much. If you are a fan of the Little Big series, he also had a Little Big Racer kart series, and And if you love the Little Book series, you'll get a kick out of this because it plays almost like a Nintendo platformer and adventure, but instead of, the characters we've come to know through Nintendo's franchises like Mario's, Luigi's, and all them, it's going to be Sackboy. And he finally has a game of its own, which gives me an instant urge to want to pick up and play. The game that followed after that I was never really a big fan of because it was Oddworld, and to be honest, they did give a game like Oddworld away on the PlayStation Plus, and I tried to get into it and I just couldn't. I didn't really fall in love with the lore or the little oddballs that you have to protect and bring home safely, so this game didn't really hit me as much as maybe others that is a fan of the genre. Goodbye Volcano High looks to scratch that visual novel itch. Is it a band game, a rhythm game? Nope, it's most likely a next-gen visual novel about a love story between animals and high schoolers. Not kidding about that. The game after that, we got to see Ghostwire Tokyo. It took my interest completely. Not only did it take my interest because of the aesthetics and the graphics, but I'm personally trying to teach myself Japanese, so the very fact that this game takes place in Tokyo with Japanese themes and the persona of the Japanese lore and the way that their culture surrounds, I can't wait to dive in and slay some beasts using 10 Nenren and bonus points if you know what I'm talking about. Jet the Far Shore by Super Brothers is a cinematic historical adventure game where you can now affect and change directly the storylines of the historical events in this adventurous tale. I'm not really sure how I feel about this because we don't know a lot of information about it, and I don't know. Looking upon the gameplay that they showcased in this presentation, it doesn't hit me hotter than most of the videos in the games that we've seen inside it. Then a game that I'm already hyped about, Godfall, smacked on the screen with some hip-hop music and epic gameplay, and Gamebox themselves has sold me on this game. I love looters such as Borderlands series and Destiny series on character progression and games that involve that, and this game seems to have it all. It's going to be a launch title on the PS5, and it's going to be absolutely a day one purchase for me. Follow that with a NBA 2K21 showing a very brief in-game footage. Nothing much to really say, as there wasn't any gameplay shown. There wasn't any, they didn't show the court to the audience, but they just showed some in-game graphics of like a 30-second segment, but it does look superb in the graphics department. Following after the short brief NBA, we saw Gran Turismo 7. It raced on the scene and it does look beautiful. The next gen graphics, gaming, and even watching it through YouTube, it looks amazing. But if you put it in front of you, like I said earlier, with a 4K TV, and it's gonna be a doozy, boys. Not much to say for this title. In fact, I did talk about it over here earlier in NGI that it would probably most likely be a launch game, and I did call it early here, so make sure you stay tuned and keep watching. Solar Ash followed up after the racing scene. It was from the creators of Hyperlight Drifter, and the game itself looks pretty crazy. The good kind of crazy, though. I'm loving the art style, and I'm loving the overworld, and it comes out in 2021. And then the bomb drop. Demon Souls. Demon Souls stole the stream, and the chat went crazy. This gorgeous remaster is one on my radar because I know how hard these games are, these Soul games. They will frustrate you. They will cause you to break your controller because of ridiculous boss fight and mechanics. But I did love Lords of the Fallen, and Bloodborne gave me a run for my money, so I can't wait to see this on the PS5 with all the new enhanced graphics and loading times. I'll be on stream cursing and aggravating in front of thousands of my fans, or maybe just by myself. They followed that heavy hitter up with another heavy hitter. We had Resident Evil 8, another most anticipated masterpiece. It already has been confirmed that Resident Evil 8 will be fully playable in PlayStation VR, just like its predecessor, Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil 7 the whole game in VR and almost shat myself. I can't wait to go through the horrors and relive the scares yet again in its brand new game. Maybe I'll fire up my old Resident Evil 7 and hop into VR again just to get the feelings of being totally vulnerable in the comforts of your own home. I'm telling you, this is a huge win. Deathloop caught my eye much more than the others because it's a full-on assassin loop game where you can die and you can come back and do it again and you can rewind, and the crazy story of how you gotta break this loop. It just makes me want to dive into the game immediately. I'm a sucker for these type of stories. I'm a sucker for this type of game. The graphics look good. I know it's gonna scratch that first-person shooter type story assassin itch, and I'm hoping it's a launch title on PS5 because it looks like I want it. I want it, boys. I want it. Little Devil Inside is an action-adventure RPG with survival elements set in an atmospheric, semi-open world. The trailer reveals new scenes, monsters, and glimpses of gameplay in various environments. I love the art style of this game, and it being an action-adventure RPG is another bonus plus for me, because it's another game that I definitely want to get my hands on and play. The fact that it looks so good and it was made by a small indie team is bonus points, because you know the team put their love, blood, sweat, and tears into it. Make sure you check it out. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 came on screen. Another bombshell, man. Another bombshell. It's obviously going to be day one for me. I love the first Horizon Zero Dawn from the game of its series, and if you played it, you know what I'm talking about. There's a part where it made me cry, and I know you know what I mean, but I'm not going to spoil it here in this video. If you haven't seen that, haven't played that game, haven't seen the scene that I'm talking about, make sure you do, and I can't wait to tackle this new adventure of the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel coming to the PS5. After that bombshell, the PS5 hardware was shown, and we're going to save that for another video where I want to give more of my thoughts on the aesthetics and the accessories and stuff like that. So we're going to move on and continue that in the next video. From the minds behind Octodad, Deadliest Catch come Bugsnax, a whimsical adventure game coming to PlayStation 5 and also PlayStation 4 this holiday 2020. I know many didn't care for this title at all, but in all honesty, I liked it. It's something to have an open mind if you want to give it a try and eat all the bugs. Astro and his crew lead you on a magical introduction through the PS5 in this fun platformer that comes preloaded on the PS5. Explore 4 worlds, each based on the PlayStation 5 console's components. Each area showcases innovative gameplay that taps into the new features of the PS5 with the DualSense wireless controller. Astro Playroom will be on your 5 already. As someone who loved Astro Rescue on the PlayStation VR, and I love the PS camera robot free adventure game, so having a new adventure with these little cuties, I can't wait to dive into the next Astro adventure and chill out with my new robot pals, because they remind me so much of like the Minions, but they are their own creations and beings. I love them and I cherish their goofiness. Followed after that, we had Hitman 3, and I don't know, man, I have a love-hate relationship with Hitman, but let's keep talking about it. Hitman 3 is a dramatic conclusion to the World of Assassination trilogy. Agent 47 is back as a ruthless professional that he always was and will be for the most important contracts of his entire career. Death awaits him, or does he give it? Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with Hitman. Back in the days, Hitman used to be that fire. Square Enix came out and made a Hitman, but it was sold in pieces, and that kind of shattered my whole, like, respect for the game. And when I went to play the demo of it, I just didn't have that same feeling that I did when I played it as a youth, in my youth. But like I said, it's a love and hate relationship. I don't know how I'll feel. We'll just have to see early next January. And the final thing we're going to talk about in this video is Pragmata. It's a brand new Capcom space thriller game. There was a cat walking around like a hologram, a little girl trapped on Earth with a spaceman trying to save her, and it all went wrong. He went flung into space, and then we got hit with a 2022 release date, and I was like, what? What the hell is that? We're going to talk about this game in like the next 2 years, guys. Like, you showed us something we ain't even gonna really even know about. And that was all with the PlayStation 5 event wrap up. I hope you guys like my commentary, my thoughts, and make sure you stay tuned for more everything in gaming, tech, news, and reviews. This is Husky Puppy over here at NGI. Make sure you smash that like, hit that subscribe, stay up to date, baby. God bless and peace.
The biggest one that those you ever seen, I'ma need a crown. I'm the only one that ever held it down at the tip top. People flip-flop every day, not I. Top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that wanna take the big shots. Big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big cars, big man, big plan. Get lost in this walk. Look at me now. held me down. So give me the crown. Wait for the tank.